Okay, I want to record this video about update from Ukraine. I wanted to record to go live, but apparently my channel doesn't meet necessarily criteria, so I'm just recording the sound. So I'm a Ukrainian citizen, and I'm now in Kiev, in Ukraine, and uh, basically, I want to tell you what's going on now in Kiev. So there has been shelling for two consequent days. It started yesterday in the morning, and there were a couple of blasts during the day, and then again in this night, in the morning, they started shelling, and several rockets. Our anti-air defense system intercepted several Russian rockets, and they were intercepted and they basically fell on the ground. And now Russians occupied Chernobyl nuclear plant, and they are making stronghold on that plant. And I think they will be harassing us. They will be basically terrorizing Kiev and Ukraine from Chernobyl nuclear plant, because they know that this is the place where nobody will shoot, nobody will fire on them. So they will, even if we keep fighting, they will be always able to terrorize us from that place, because they know that we cannot respond with fire. And well, they are really bastards, and they are such cowards. Our people catching them actually on the streets, and with bare hands sometimes. Russians are very bad fighters. They are demotivated because they didn't expect that people would not be meeting them here with flowers and applause. So they are really real bastards, and the only thing they are good in it's terrorist tactics, and this is what they're using now. So basically, for the second day, Ukraine withstands full-scale Russia's attack. And if you look at the map and if you see what a huge territory Russia is and what a tiny Ukraine comparing to Russia, you can understand the bravery of our men, our army, that for the second day they are unable actually to capture any our major cities. Kharkov, which is the first city which came under attack. Kharkov, it was shelled yesterday very heavily. They couldn't catch it. They couldn't take it. Kharkov stands. Kharkov is our city. Kherson still stands, and they will not be able to catch our cities because there will be huge resistance. But unfortunately, we are very vulnerable from the air. So I think NATO should support us with air protection, because if you think that this is an attack on us, you are not right. This is an attack on the whole civilized world. This is a terrorist attack by Russian Federation on the whole civilized world and on NATO countries, because if you let them get away with that, if you let them get away with destroying the country which you supported for so many times, just for the lack of because we don't have anti-air protection. If you imagine any NATO country alone would not be able to resist such a huge, monstrous country as Russia. Only combined you are strong enough to resist Russia. But we're just one single country. No single country in the world is able to resist Russia. Only combined together we are able to conquer, to resist this terrorist state, basically. And if you think it will be failure, if you don't help us, really, it will be failure of the civilized world of NATO also, because next will be you. They will come after you if they see that you are scared, that you don't want to fight for your values. They will go after you next. And Russians are unable to take the cities. So their tactic is that they encircle the city, and they are going to terrorize us from that position. And it just also there is a disinformation campaign in the internet, and Russian bots, Russian propaganda workers, they write under each Western media story, under each Western media content, like BBC, Sky News. There are dozens of Russian bots, and they pose themselves as some Western citizens. They adopt fake English names, and they pose themselves as Western citizens, and they say that, oh, we're so sorry for Ukrainians and for Russians. Why are you sorry for Russians? They are not suffering. Russians are absolutely safe in their country, but it's Ukrainians. Russians are being sent onto Ukrainian land to kill Ukrainians. And but they are saying, oh, we're so sorry for Ukrainians and Russians. And but that's common people are not to blame. To blame is Ukrainian Nazi or coup government and the West and America. Listen, I don't see the logic I don't see logic here. So Russia is shelling Ukrainian civilian cities, and America is to blame, really? And these people, Russian bots, Russian propaganda, they receive salary for this job to influence your public opinion in the West. So their purpose now is to persuade the West that Ukrainian government must be displaced, and their government, other government, should be put in place. But in fact, what they want to achieve, they want to install their own puppet regime here in Ukraine. So we don't want it. This is not true. Our government is absolutely legitimately elected. And Russian Federation solely bears all the responsibility for the shelling of civilian cities. Russian Federation is a terrorist state now, and it is now terrorizing not just Ukraine, but it also terrorizing the rest of the world. So please help us and defend your future as well.